We all want to build muscle and lose fat, but with over 30,000 books on diets out there, the big question is which one is best for you so that you're able to achieve long-term sustainable results. If you answer yes to any of these questions, then this is the perfect video for you. Maybe you hit menopause and you no longer can lose weight, and maybe you're actually gaining weight at this point, and the doctor even says, face it, your hormones are messed up and you're not going to lose weight. Number two is you find yourself feeling bloated, tired, and in a state of just chronic inflammation. Number three is you tried so many diets out there, you may lose the weight, but it's not sustainable weight loss and you always end up yo-yoing back. So it's one extreme to the next. Today I'm going to be taking you guys through what I believe is the best diet for long-term sustainable results when it comes to building muscle and losing fat. I'm going to be breaking down the bodybuilder diet and going through the calories in versus calories out model for fat loss. I'm also going to be taking you guys through the changes that I personally made with my diet over the last year and a half and how I've helped over 600 individuals, all ages, guys, going into menopause, maybe younger, build muscle, lose fat, get their gut feeling good, and get long-term sustainable results in terms of their health and longevity. By the end of this video, you are going to know what is the best diet and lifestyle changes to get you those long-term sustainable results that you feel like you've been just chasing for so long. If you guys don't know me, I'm Elizabeth with ElizabethAylorFitness. I have my 4-year degree in kinesiology, CSCS. I'm a holistic nutritionist and a GAPS practitioner. Go follow me over on Instagram, TikTok. I'm there daily, and make sure to subscribe below. But let's just dive right in. So what is a bodybuilder diet? So a lot of the times we want to lose weight. We find someone online, like a bodybuilder or a nutrition coach, or you end up finding someone that motivates you, inspires you, and they're eating your typical bodybuilder diet of like your chicken, rice, and broccoli, okay? So what is a bodybuilder diet? These are gonna be 5 key factors that I wanna go into in detail, okay? So number 1 is gonna be, it is focused on macros and calories in versus calories out for fat loss. Number 2 is you're eating around every 2 to 3 hours for protein synthesis. Number 3, it is very low in fats and higher in your carbohydrates, around 60% from carbohydrates, around 20 to 30% from fats, the remaining from protein. Number 4, I often see a lot of extremes, like people feeling like they need to either bulk very crazy or they'll go to a coach that immediately takes them to a very low calorie diet, very fast, with a lot of cardio, so that is not sustainable. And then number 5 is overusing supplements. Literally every meal is a shake. Then you have BCAAs and then pre-workouts and then just loading it up on every single supplement out there. I want to break down each of these for you and share with you guys the changes that I made myself over the last 2 years to transform my physique. So I'm going to break down each of these categories and dive into the science behind each model and what changes I made personally with my diet, my supplements, my lifestyle to help me master my metabolism. First off, if you're just focusing on calories in versus calories out for fat loss, we gotta kind of discuss this, okay? So I have nothing wrong with macros and calories in versus calories out. Yes, you need to be in a deficit in order to lose weight. Macros, I use them with myself and my clients. I feel like they're a great way to set targets to help people achieve their goals. But this is the problem here. I find that with a lot of people, they tend to go to that bodybuilder diet or someone makes them a meal plan and it's white rice or chicken and your broccoli every single meal. And what happens is when we're going for our overall health and longevity, we want to make sure we're getting a good diversity of those plant foods, because what happens is all of these different foods, so like beets, carrots, all of these vegetables, getting our wild-caught salmon, all of these different micronutrients, okay? These play so many different roles in terms of our hormones, cellular function, but especially getting that diversity of the foods in terms of our vegetables and our fibers, that's gonna help with giving your probiotics, the prebiotics foods that make the short-chain fatty acids. The short-chain fatty acids help with our hunger satiety hormones, absorption and assimilation of our nutrients. So essentially, focusing on our food quality, getting high omega-3s to bring the inflammation down in the body from our wild-caught fish, getting a diversity of our food that has our, fiber in there that's gonna feed our good probiotics, getting the fermented food. The food quality does matter, because if you follow a low-calorie diet, you're just sticking to just bland rice, refined processed foods, things that don't have all of our colors, our nutrients, our omega-3s. Essentially, you're gonna crash your hormones, and you're not gonna be giving your gut and your microbiome everything it needs to thrive. The second thing I wanna address is eating every 2 to 3 hours. And I was that person. I had my phone on every 2 hours, eating a meal, was eating like 6 to 7 meals a day. And the reason I thought this was necessary, because I heard, eating every 2 to 3 hours you need for muscle protein synthesis. The smaller meals were gonna stabilize your blood sugar levels, you're gonna feel fuller longer. But here's the truth and what I found out. Every time I went and I just started eating all the time, I ended up actually getting, more cravings. I started getting bloated all the time, more digestive issues, and I couldn't get the thought of food off my mind. The truth is, in order to build muscle, to lose fat, to get that body recomposition, we gotta look at protein over the whole course of the day, guys. It's not just, every 2 to 3 hours. And I do have a whole video titled 3 meals versus 6 meals a day for fat loss. That would be a great one for you to check out as well. But I want to break this down. If you are eating every 2 to 3 hours, every time you eat food, you are spiking your insulin levels. That is your fat storage hormone. It takes around 90 minutes for that insulin to go up to start to go down. We want that to go down so that glucagon can turn on, which is our fat burner, so that we can burn through those fat stores. If you are constantly spiking your insulin levels every 2 hours, you're not allowing your body to dip into its own fat stores and start burning that for fuel. Another thing that I've found with this eating every 2 to 3 hours is that there's something called your MMC pathway. This is your migrating motor complex, okay? This is like your street sweeper. It clears out the bad in the gut. If you have SIBO, gut dysbiosis, and imbalance of the good and bad bacteria, if you are snacking all the time and you're not giving your body that good 90 to 240 minutes for this MMC pathway to go through, then that could actually lead to more of a gut dysbiosis, digestive issues, and bloating. So by actually dropping down from 6 to 7 meals a day and going down to just 3 larger meals without snacking, that's helped with my digestion. That's gotten rid of my cravings. It's helped so many of my clients with cravings too. And it makes those results long-term, because you're not always thinking about, okay, I'm so food focused because I have to plan out my next meal, and the next meal has to be good, and I gotta eat now, and did I prep that meal? It's just like, it's so much, and sometimes can be overwhelming too, having all of those meals throughout the day. The third thing that I wanna address is low-fat diets. So in the bodybuilding industry, I feel like a lot of people tend to have lower fat diets, moderate carbs, around 60% of their diet's carbs, and then the rest is protein. And what we tend to do is, people don't understand this, okay? So 50% of your brain is DHA, okay? This is coming like in wild-caught fish, your omega-3s. You need that for a baby's brain development. You need that for your brain as we get older. We need fats for our hormones. We need our fats to absorb our fat-soluble vitamins. If you are following a low-fat diet, you're eating your greens at your meals, those fats, those are gonna help stabilize blood sugar levels. Those don't have a huge spike on your insulin. Those help you absorb your fat-soluble vitamins that are needed. If we have imbalances in our body too, like we don't have a gallbladder, we're already not getting in all those fat-soluble vitamins. So by following a low-fat diet, just because fats are 9 calories per gram and carbs and protein are 4, so we're cutting, we're able to have more volume of those foods, and then we cut the fat so we are able to reach our fat loss goals. It's not really necessary for long-term results, okay? Fats are not bad for us. It's getting the right fats, going to our high-quality omega-3s, our wild-caught fish. If you do eggs, do the egg yolks and poach them. That has your B vitamins in it, your healthy cholesterol. It's about where you are getting your fats. So low-fat diets, long-term, we need them, guys. We need them for our hormones. We need them for bringing down inflammation in the body with the omega-3s. So if you guys want to know more about fats, I would love to make a whole video on recipes, high quality fats, and just processed fats that are hidden in most of our foods. So drop in the comments below if you would like me to do a whole video on that for you. The fourth thing I want to address is very low calorie diets. So many clients come to me like this too. They go to a coach. The coach immediately takes them down to a 1,200 calorie diet. It's low fat. They throw in a bunch of cardio. And all of these different diets out there, 30,000 that I talked about, they all sometimes go to an extreme. And you either think you have to bulk and gain a ton of weight, and then you have to cut, and then we're doing all these cleanses and teas and juices. And the truth is, guys, when you go from one extreme to the next, that's not healthy for your hormones. And if you're going to someone and they're immediately dropping your calories to 1,200 fast with high amounts of cardio, and if they don't see the results, they just keep dropping it, that right there is a little trigger that may not be the right fit for you as a coach. Just because there's so many other factors that I like to look at, like stress, sleep, gut health, hormones, if we have a gallbladder, how long we've been on a caloric deficit, because these make a huge difference when it comes to achieving your goals in terms of building muscle, losing fat, no matter if you're going into menopause or if you guys are younger. And a thing that I see with these very low calorie diets is that people will go from one extreme to the next. So they'll follow this crazy extreme, this, very low, or they'll go on a cleanse, they'll lose the weight, and then they'll end up yo-yoing back and forth. They'll gain the weight back, they'll go back and forth. So it's not good to go to one extreme for the next. Being on lower calories, you have to remember that your body does adapt very fast. So within 2 weeks on a caloric deficit, you have changes in your leptin, your ghrelin, which is your hunger and satiety hormones, as well as your thyroid hormones, and your body starts to adapt. And if you just go so low so fast and your body adapts that 1,200, where are you going to move that from there? Where are you going to adjust that cardio from there? So if you don't see yourself doing that much years from now, your results aren't going to be sustainable. And that's just the truth. So I like to kind of take things slower, and I'm going to go into what I do with my clients and myself in a second. The fifth thing that I see is overuse of supplements. So I used to focus on this too. I was like, what pre-workout do I need? What branched chain amino acid? Every meal, can I make a fun protein ice cream with it? Because all of these healthy versions of these foods with these Oreos and things added and protein powders, they just look so delicious. But the truth is, guys, they aren't the best for our gut health. And your gut, to me, runs everything. I believe in the gut-brain connection, and I always focus on gut health with myself and my clients, because when the gut's thriving, you're going to the bathroom, you're absorbing, you're assimilating your food. That's when your hormones are going to function and your body is going to be not in that state of chronic inflammation. So changing over, you have to realize that in the bodybuilding industry, we feel like we need every supplement out there. We feel like we can't work out unless we have a pre-workout. Then we have to have our branched chain amino acids, and then we have to have our fat burner and this and that and that. I changed up my supplements so that I'm now focusing on replenishing what has been depleted. For example, if I'm high stress, I'm not just gonna go, okay, I need a pre-workout every single day. I'm gonna do my Reds and my Greens, replenish my mineral reserves so that I have the energy, I don't have the cravings, and that I'm giving my body something that's gonna thrive with my hormones versus just in the moment giving it a boost of energy for a crash afterwards. So I changed that up, as well as I see so many bodybuilders just focus on every meal, shake, 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 or treat, 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 or bar, bar, bar. And guys, stick to whole foods. One shake a day is awesome, and if you guys want some great recipes, I have a recipe playlist, and I make my shakes into incredible smoothies that have tons of amino acids in them that make you feel good and help you reach your goals. So don't just focus on every meal being a powder, a protein, and focus on quality of your foods, and then supplements more focused on your gut health and replacing things that are depleted in our body. So what is my diet now? So I used to be focused on just bodybuilder, you know, how much muscle can I build? Now I'm focused on health, longevity, and gut and hormones, okay? And that has truly transformed my health. And this is what I've done. Number one is I've been focusing on my mental health, really prioritizing my sleep, my recovery, and doing a daily like 20 minutes of just something mindset to really focus on me and focus on growing where I need to, getting rid of my anxiety, because I used to have such severe anxiety, be on antidepressants, and I don't ever want to go back in that direction, so I make sure to put in my daily practice, okay? And that does affect your weight loss. Number two is I focus on prioritizing my fats and my quality proteins. I do a lot of omega-3 rich fish, my salmon, my sardines, my anchovies. I do also red meat, getting the healthy animal fats in there as well. All my B vitamins, the creatine coming from that. And I really focus on food quality. With my fat sources, I eat over 100 grams of fat a day, guys. I'm gonna be honest. Fat don't make you fat. But I'm getting my fats from things like avocados, hemp seeds, chia seeds, sesame tahini, and I have tons of recipes, guys. And I have a video on my top 5 protein sources too. So I have so many things under my recipes, my smoothie playlist for you guys to check out for more of my diet. Other things that I do is I get a diversity of my plant fibers in, so that I'm able to get my fermented foods. So I got my probiotics. Then I get the prebiotics coming from the vegetables, which help with the short chain fatty acids, which we just all talked about how that plays a huge role in our gut microbiome, our hormones, and even our hunger hormones in terms of cravings, guys, okay? The other thing is I like to focus on 3 meals a day. I don't snack anymore. I focus on larger meals, and that has impacted my gut health so much, and I struggled for so long with SIBO, H. pylori, and yeah, I just no longer, and even eczema. I had rosacea, respiratory issues, and that really cleared up when I got my gut health. I want to take you guys through and share with you too a few of the staple supplements that I've been taking to help with my gut health. But if you want to hear more about like my different supplements, I have 2 videos. I have one on how I heal my hormones. So I lost my period for over 7 years and I got it back naturally. And I did a whole video on that for you guys, taking you through my whole protocol. And then I even did one for leaky gut. And I changed my supplements up based off of how my body is feeling. But these right now are my staples that I believe are incredible for optimal health and vitality. And I'm gonna take you through them now. The first thing I do daily, cannot live without my greens and my reds, guys. So these specifically have the pre and the probiotics in here. They have digestive enzymes, and this has a ton of just superfoods in here that are rich in chlorophyll. And chlorophyll is actually the closest thing to our body's blood chemistry. So this helps alkalize the body. It's gonna give you your probiotics, your prebiotics. This helps replenish the good gut microbiome that may get depleted due to being on past antibiotics, being on a highly processed food, being through a lot of stress. Maybe you were a C-section. The reds, as I talked about, when we're stressed out, we get depleted in our B vitamins. This has all of your antioxidants in here, which help fight free radicals, great for boosting your immune system, and replenishing those mineral reserves that get depleted due to stress. So instead of going toward pre-workouts, you know, I'm replenishing my body with things that are gonna help with my overall hormones. The second thing I take is my daily multi. And this isn't just a multivitamin. This is like, to me, the best thing ever. So this has your antioxidants, your CoQ10 for your brain health. This has your probiotic in here, your fruits and vegetables. It's your one-stop shop. And it's so easy if you're on the go and you don't like to have all your pills, because it's in a packet. And this, to me, this just is the hit all. Our diet nowadays, like, we do the best that we can, but our soil's depleted and we have to bridge the gaps. When we're depleted due to the stress, this is gonna have it. And I always stay on a multi. It is just key. But this one, I like it because it specifically has your, your omega-3 in here to help with the inflammation. It has the CoQ10 to go for our brain, memory, cognition, as well as it does have the probiotics in here and your fruits and vegetables. So, and I will link free shipping for you guys on all of the supplements below. And if you ever have any questions, feel free to reach out to me as well. The next thing that I do, my collagen, and this collagen specifically, it's not just types 1 and 3. I've done Vital Proteins for so long, I didn't see results, guys. This one's actually all 5 types of collagen, so it hits your hair, skin, nails, joints, cartilage, connective tissue. There's vitamin C coming from camu, which helps with the absorption of the collagen, quercetin in here, which is great for food allergies, sensitivities, and there's something called the dermaville complex, and that's this little thing back here. And that also helps with your body's elastin. So as we get older, after the age of 25, our body slows down in the production of collagen 2 to 3% a year. Collagen is in your hair, your skin, your nails, gosh, your gut, your tendons, your fascia. If you have arthritis, if you have, your hair is not growing good, if you've been in the sun a lot, you're starting to get wrinkles, that damages your collagen production. If you have cellulite or skin elasticity issues, this is like incredible, and this has been a game changer. I do this every single day. Oops. I do the unflavored one, and I use this in my smoothies. That if you check out my smoothies, I use this in my vegan protein. As I talked about, we do not want to do protein powders and stuff all the time, but I am a huge believer on having a protein on hand that is good for your gut. A lot of people may have sensitivities to dairy and not even know about it. I do a plant-based protein. This is the only one that hasn't caused me digestive issues. This has digestive enzymes in here, your whole food complex, and it's not chalky, and it tastes really good even in water. But I use this in all my smoothies. I love the French toast, and I love the chocolate, and I'll put free shipping below for you guys. The last one I want to talk about is going to be my Core 21, and I take this at night. What this is, as we talked about with fat loss, okay? We want to make sure we're optimizing our sleep and our recovery. If we're not able to fall asleep, stay asleep, there's a whole thing called our circadian rhythm. And that's when, your gut, we're getting the autophagy. So many processes happen. If you're not sleeping and our cortisol levels are going up and we're on a lower calorie diet, that stress state is just going to make you retain water. You're not going to see the results. So I do this 5 days a week. It's 5 days on, 2 days off. It has magnesium in here and a blend of a bunch of different herbs to help lower your cortisol levels. You're going to have the best sleep of your life. And this has helped me tremendously. It's a cortisol reducer. So those are what I am currently taking right now. And again, this changes. If you guys ever have questions about supplements, again, always consult with your doctor before taking anything new. I am not a doctor. I'm just sharing with you guys my experience. But if you ever have any questions, feel free to send me over an email. And I would love to I'm here for you guys. So I hope you guys found this video helpful today. If you're still feeling lost and you don't know where to go, I am accepting some new clients right now, and I will put my email below for you guys. And I would love to help you achieve your goals. But I will see you on our next video. I hope you guys have an incredible day. Sending you lots of love, and I will see you tomorrow at 5 p.m. for our Monday Night Live Q&A.